Welcome back, boozeheads, to another episode of Guy Party. I'm Beautiful Brad.
It's Chester.
This is Michael Benjamin.
Stephanie.
All right, so this week we're going to start talking about future inventions. What's going out there lately? Like, what's going on? What kind of inventions are being created?
Well, Elon Musk is doing the 760-mile-an-hour train. It's going to be a vacuum tube train system that can reach speeds of 760 miles an hour. They're going to call it the Hyperloop. It should be able to be done in about 2 years. And it's going to go from San Francisco to L.A., which that trip normally takes 7.5 hours, and it'll get you there in 35 minutes.
Fucking A.
Wait a second. It takes 7 hours to get from San Francisco to L.A.?
7.5 hours.
I thought this was going to be like New York to L.A. or some shit, like getting you there in like 45 minutes.
Well, this is just like the test guy. Eventually, I think they want to go international with it.
Lame.
From like continent to continent.
How long would it take typically to drive from L.A. to San Francisco?
For some perspective on this, airplanes usually travel about 300 miles an hour. And you're talking about something that's going about 700.
Wow. So, like, on our vacation coming up, what is it going to take us about? 2 hours? And how many
about
miles?
600-700 miles, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wait a second. How long was it going to be taking then again for this Hyperloop thingamabobber to go from L.A. to San Francisco again?
Takes 7.5 hours now.
Yeah.
It'll be 35 minutes.
35 minutes. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty fast.
Technically, you could live in L.A. and work in San Francisco and still make your daily job.
Yeah, that'd be sweet as fuck.
Yeah, it would be.
Not that I wouldn't give a shit because I wouldn't be...
I went Spaceball. I thought you said 7 hours from San Francisco to L.A.
7.5.
Now.
And it'll take 35 minutes with the Hyperloop.
Yeah, without the Hyperloop.
With the train.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, damn, why can't it be like New York to LA, something really cool like that? At least it's like, I don't know, 3 hours or something?
So is this actually like in production, or is this just...
Yeah, they said that they should be able to have things built in 2 years.
The last I heard, they did a test on one, and I think they got it up to 300 or 400.
Wow, that's still fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they're at 700s yet. But I think I know that's the aim. But, like, yeah, I don't think they're quite there yet.
I mean...
Because I do remember reading about that.
Even if they get there, 2 years, I don't...
Fuck, I mean...
But if it takes 4, it's still awesome.
It seems kind of freaky, though. That's really fucking fast. Anything that goes
I
wrong.
want it to go so fast that it's pulling my fucking skin off my face while I'm trying to walk around my drink. I'm trying to walk on my drink, fucking hand drinks out, and fucking people are like, what are you doing? I'm flying, goddamn.
Is this train going to be, like, automated, or is there going to be, like, a conductor, or...
See, I tried to look up, like...
Is it robot fucking waiters and waitresses?
I kind of hope it's a
How
robot.
do they stay grounded?
Can you imagine if you got a fucking hungover conductor fucking slamming, 760 miles an hour?
I just... when it says a vacuum tube, I just picture me inside like a bullet inside a gun. If it brushes the edges, you're fucking dead. It's not like a train derails and you might survive.
Oh no,
the
don't
whole
worry,
system,
honey.
The fucking
You're not going to
train,
die.
it's all
Everything
dead.
else outside that you're going to be hitting is going to die. You're going to be very well protected. This thing's going to be state-of-the-art titanium rhenium.
And now I'm a fucking murderer.
But can titanium get... I mean, that's heavy metal,
Well, that's
isn't
what I'm
it?
saying. The whole vacuum seal, too, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, everything else, like, it's going to be scratching. It'll scratch the outsides and stuff, but it's not going to be penetrating so much of the inside. You would have to, like, go towards the most center point of whatever that section is of wherever you are on the train, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, as you're going that fucking fast, Because you are a lethal weapon and going that fucking fast and gonna... If you derail, holy shit. How many thousands or hundreds of thousands of people, or maybe possibly millions of people would die?
I feel like when this happens, there's going to be a new thing called the 700 Club. Kind of like the Mile High Club.
Oh my god. That is fucking great.
Yeah, but you better be quick because it's going to get you there in 35 minutes.
Shit,
Don't
35
worry.
minutes.
35 minutes?
You know how many times
I could fuck, get soft, and then fuck again.
Yeah.
And then get soft, and then fuck again.
Yeah, easily.
35 minutes. That's 35 times I can get you off.
With that small penis.
That's right.
Hopefully they don't hit any little black kids.
I think that train would hit so many...
There's just like little black kids playing in the Hyperloop.
So many Hyperloop fucking victims. Oh
They
my God,
they
it
like
is
run it
called-
right next to urban neighborhoods.
Yeah. Fucking kick their Foursquare ball in a fucking, the
It kind of pisses me off that they're always putting the shit in L.A. Like, why can't we do a Hyperloop from Cincinnati to Chicago?
Yeah, or
That's what I'm
Cincinnati
saying.
to New York. That would
That'd
fucking
be
rule.
sweet. That'd be like 12 minutes.
Why does everything have to be fucking tested in L.A.? They're tapped out. They don't have water for everybody.
Yeah.
Isn't that where his plant is?
It doesn't fucking matter. He can pay to put it anywhere.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true. What if he even like offered, say, like a bid to like Cincinnati or it's Chicago or those cities like are in the East Coast or whatever the hell in the Midwest?
I mean, we couldn't even get our streetcars together.
Yeah, the streetcar doesn't even pay for itself. So
That is fucking
they're not
true.
putting it in no fucking hyper train.
Yeah. Wait. Well, I heard stories from people that about what is it from Columbus to here. They were saying that was supposed to be some type of train a few years ago, but they never agreed to
I
it and
did
done
hear
it.
something about that.
I guess not.
I
They
haven't
said
heard
it
anything
fell
like
through,
that.
and no one actually. They said they just wasted money, and they were like, "Oh, we don't want to do it. We don't want to,
I get that they're trying to make travel better for people trying to get out of Cincinnati, but it doesn't cover the costs because nobody wants to come into Cincinnati.
Yeah.
The banks,
So it's
and
one
all
way.
that shit. They're making everything better down there.
Isn't that big ass Ferris wheel up now?
Is it up?
I thought that's what I heard.
It was up at Coney Island for a while too.
Yeah.
Nobody rode that fucking thing when it was there either.
Oh no, that thing looked dead.
I mean,
Yeah.
I rode it
Did you?
just because, but there was never a line.
Dude, the ones in Vegas have like bars in them.
Really?
I think that, or you can bring drinks in. I know you can boost it up in there.
Well, I get vertigo like a motherfucker. There's no way I'm drinking a martini on a Ferris wheel.
Well, if it's down by the banks, I might just ride it to see if I can peer in people's windows, see if they're fucking.
Not the Ferris wheel. It's not down by the banks, is it?
Yeah, they're going to be putting it down there.
Actually,
Where?
I think they had it lit up last night, and people were allowed to get on it today.
And if you booze heads are listening and have no idea where Cincinnati or what Cincinnati looks like, so there's the Red Stadium, the Bengals Stadium, and then there's all these bars in between, and it's right down by the river. This is what we're talking about right here.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good explanation. You gotta be some type of host of a podcast or something.
Something like that.
Fireworks would be cool to see from the top of that thing.
That would be.
Oh yeah, the
badass,
fireworks are
dude.
going on.
Mm-hmm.
Drop some acid, get in the Ferris wheel, watch medium fireworks.
I don't know if I want to operate that thing now. Like, can you imagine that guy with all these drunks trying to puke in the frickin' Ferris wheel?
Guy party.
Now, fuck. Now I want to fucking drop and watch fireworks.
Dude, I'm telling you, this Sunday would be the most excellent. You're not that far either.
I know.
You walk there.
I know. Shit, I think I'd be satisfied, like, fucking dropping and looking at a sparkler.
Those fucking
Like,
snakes.
it'd probably burn my hand because I'd just sit there and hold it. Like, I couldn't stop, like, I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Luckily,
Ones.
luckily they go out. But what about those snakes?
Yeah.
Snakes? What?
I think
the little charcoal tablets
what
that you
they
light on
are,
fire.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny?
I mean, yeah, it would be hilarious.
Hey.
A fucking dude just watching a snake burn
For 12 hours.
It went out, dude. It's going in my mind.
All the kids are like riding bikes by him, looking at
Like-
him, like, "What's this motherfucker doing?"
Is he staring at a piece of shit? Is this dude just looking at a turd?
Finally,
Hey, buddy, are you all right?
It's like you're staring at it in disbelief, like you can't believe it came out of your body.
finally, all the cool kids like pay some like a girl, like a friend of them, like a girl who's like a grade above them to go like ask you or go up to you, who's not afraid of you, and be like, "Hey, man, what are you doing? You've been here for like a day and a half now. What's going on?"
Well, a grade
And you're
above
just
him, like we're talking about a grown man sitting there staring at it, like.
No, I know. I'm talking about there was the kids that were walking by, like wondering what the fuck's going on with this person. It looks like they're looking at a piece of shit.
The
And
older
kids-
kid would have the guts
kids,
to ask
yeah.
him what the fuck he was
They
doing.
went up to the older girl
Oh.
who was only really close in their neighborhood, and she went up to him and was like, "What are you doing, dude?"
What age would this girl be?
She was
Because
probably 13, 14. The kids were like 9, 10.
Is that in your range, Chester, or is 14 too old?
I don't
Remember, it
know.
was a girl, though.
Well, I think he's into both.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't discriminate.
Not at all. No, I'm just trying to. I'm thinking 14 might be a little bit too big for the ball pit. I really think that.
Yeah.
Because I'm already big for the ball pit. You can't have two big people.
Yeah, that tube system you put at the top, for them to crawl through. There's a weight limit on that. I think 14-year-olds are over that.
Me plus a 14-year-old would be bad. Me plus an 8-year-old or 9-year-old, I think is aight.
You can get by.
Yeah. Yep. So I think when I come out of it, and they when they tell me to stop looking at the turd, I should be ranting and all crazy what day is it? Who is president?
You could tell him you saw Jesus in it, like the Jesus on the toast.
So jumping back on that bullet train thing for a minute. Speaking of time travel. Isn't there a thing where, if you, the faster you go, the slower time is?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
that... When you
that's...
get to a black hole, for instance, or say even going with elevation, like what you were just saying, it's going to slow down time because of the speed, depending on the speed. In a black hole, for instance, the closer you're getting to it, the reason it's the best example because of how it's going on at the black hole.
Yeah.
It's sucking so much, it's everything's going on so fast right there, so it's slowing it down. Like you said, it's super slow for you. But then from the distance, it looks like it's fast, though. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
It's going by so fast. But in that moment, in that very fast swirl of craziness, it's very, very slow. I know it's hard to understand and grasp, and I'm not awesome expert scientist to explain it, but it's the best way I can explain it.
But there's a certain speed where, I heard it, they even, I think they used an example of a train. If a train was going this fast, and you, were on it for, an hour... What's on your watch is actually going to be about 12 minutes slower or something like that than everybody else.
Well, think of it, like what you just said. If you're going that fast, especially say if you're coming from the West Coast to the East Coast, say if you are going all the way from LA to New York, and say you're getting there within an hour, or they were able to do it within under an hour, you technically would be time traveling. If you're going back from that,
But I mean, literally time traveling, because
you can always go forward, but the difficultness is going backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
I can dumb it down for you guys just to fit the Jose.
It's
Some real time travel in that.
Yeah, there you go. Fucking fifth Jose.
Jose, can you Seiko?
Yeah, boy.
What else we got?
So, now being approved by the FDA, Viagra for women.
Does it just, instantly turn their pussies wet? Because I think there's something called lube that does the same thing.
No, it's not. It's not just moisture.
Or my dick.
We're talking about a pill that can boost the sex drive in a woman, particularly those that have hit menopause.
Well, I thought when women are older, they're
yeah, I thought menopause age was when they're getting all crazy.
No, well, women hit their peak between 35 and 40. Menopause doesn't happen until late 50s, early 60s. So when that happens, and they're like, I don't even care about dicks anymore.
Does menopause
They
get
can
stinky?
take this.
Does it smell like a fucking dirty vagina?
It doesn't smell like anything. You stop having your period. Why the fuck would menopause smell?
I don't know.
It's not something that excrements or anything.
It's
not like one day your dog loves you when you're on your period, and then you hit menopause, and they're like, "Oh God, fuck that bitch," and they don't like you anymore.
Fucking stink. So why wouldn't menopause?
Well, you stop having.
Oh,
periods.
how I love you, Guy Party.
No, I mean hair may grow in weird places. But it doesn't smell like
puddles?
a fucking beard.
Oh, bitches get beards.
I mean,
have you ever seen an old lady where with all kinds of crazy hairs coming out her face?
I haven't.
Oh God,
now.
Yeah, no, I mean not like a
get
full
all
beard, but all the little
dry.
stray hairs and shit.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them, but I feel like either they don't know or they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure at that age.
At a certain age, you just stop.
You're like,
fuck.
whatever.
Michael, would you prefer a woman with a beard?
I mean, I'll give her mine if she really wants one, but Jesus, there's no need to kind of a competition.
Very true.
I mean, shit, I'll win.
Well,
but
we
yeah,
know
I mean,
where Chester stands on this one.
Menopause?
No way. That's way too old.
Oh yeah, no. Maybe sometimes when I get really wasted, I do like grannies. But I feel like I'm just on just the two ends of the spectrum. I like 80, 90, you know, like, have to be kind of gentle, like, don't fucking break her hip, don't hit that shit too hard. And yeah, so, I mean, if I can pump some Viagra into those old ladies and, you know, just get that natural pussy juice, that natural 85-year-old pussy juice, I mean, that's even better.
I mean, as long as they're enjoying it.
He loves to play that game, you know, of, like, in his mind, like, whether or not, like, on the edge of whether he's gonna fucking kill him or not with that last thrust or not.
Yeah, but isn't that how they would want to go?
Probably, I guess. I don't know.
I gotta wait until I actually get in their will, though.
He always makes sure he's in the will.
Yeah, once I'm in the will, I just fuck him to death. Like, I give it, like, I've been giving it to him, like, soft, like, 10%, like, I just go 120. Like, that's where I get a little, like, I go beyond what I'm capable of by doing drugs.
Well, if you're only given 10 at the beginning, though, she's not putting you in her fucking will.
Well, cool, funny little secret, Jeremy and I are always making sure that we're trying to not let him get in any of the fucking old ladies' wills. We're always stopping him and preventing him from getting in the damn wills. He's only gotten 3 out of the 10 so far. I mean, we're just joking.
How do you think I finance this little operation?
I was going to say, Guy Party brought to you by Chester. Paid in production, done by Chester.
Fucking old ladies.
80-year-old cooch. I don't know.
Which is not stinky.
What's the oldest that you would?
I don't think I have a fucking age limit, really.
It just matters what she looks like.
Yeah. I mean, if her tits are like pancakes, I'm good, but there's still like some shape. Which, I mean, I guess you could get that into the late 70s, mid-70s at least. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just kind of depends on the titties.
I figured a hunchback, that would probably throw it out. Male or female. Like, if they're all hunched over and they can't move.
But what if you, like, blindfold yourself? Or, like, yeah, just be like, I'm into this, like, and blindfold yourself. And you may have to plug your nose, too, but, you know. But I mean, like, what if you turn off all of your senses, right? And then all you feel is just a pussy just bouncing on your dick. Mm-hmm. You see where I'm going with that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you fuck a football, you can fuck an 80-year-old.
Like, will you open that second drawer on the bottom and pull out that football?
No, don't pull it out. Don't pull it out.
If you touch the plastic, you won't get anything on your hand. It's the rubber part you don't want to touch.
I ain't touching that shit.
God damn it. Pull it out.
Nobody's touching
I'm not being that girl that always tells you to pull out.
Football. Hold on.
I see it.
Can we tell the guy party, the booze heads, what you do with said football? Oh, I thought it was like regulation size.
Nah, it's just a little.
Shit!
A pocket vagina.
Yeah, it's
football.
like a flashlight in the shape of a football.
There's the butthole.
Nice.
Dude, that looks small as fuck.
You can go in either way. Yeah, he's fucking finger fucking it.
Oh my god.
Oh, and the butthole too, not even in the pussy.
Oh god.
If you didn't already know that he goes straight to the fucking asshole.
I am not joking. I literally thought you took a regulation football and like cut a little hole at the end of it and just fucked that.
Wait, what? That's what you thought?
That's what I thought.
He said he fucks a football.
That's what I like. I pictured
I mean,
like
I thought it
just
was
the very tip, cutting it off,
Yeah.
maybe sanding down the edges a little
Yeah.
bit, going at it with a deflated fucking
I didn't know
football.
it was that either.
That's why I was all like, you just lube the shit up and
I
just
didn't
go
think
to
it was
town.
I didn't know it was like that either, but I didn't know it was that small. I thought it was regulation size too.
It's got the clit and everything.
Yeah, it does.
Why would they put a clit on it? Well, I mean,
Where did you get this thing?
It was a Christmas present from my roommates.
No, from your roommates?
Nah, not really.
Oh
That
god.
would've been weird.
Yes, it would have been very weird.
but at least they know what you like.
Christmas morning, hanging out with my roommates, and open up a fucking pocket pussy.
A fucking football pocket pussy. You should put like a little fucking Bengals bee on it.
Like, hey nephews, you want to go toss? And the end falls out. It's a fucking pussy.
They steal it from you.
You better lock it in a drawer.
Yeah.
Well, you should be handing it down anyway.
I was gonna give it to you.
I don't want that nasty ass shit. I would never fucking.
Just wash it out with Dawn soap.
Ew. No.
Dawn soap, the best for washing out pussies.
There's a plug, Dawn soap, so you
Yeah.
better fucking send us some money.
I think that should be their new tagline.
Yeah.
And by money we mean like cash or like checks, not like Dawn, like, you know, soap.
Or we'll
a
just take,
lifetime
I'll take
supply.
fucking
Actually,
soap. Soap's kind of expensive.
We'll take
Yeah,
weed and
I'd
beers.
take it.
Yeah, you're right. What the hell am I talking about? Don't listen to me. Give us all a Dawn soap in the world.
I don't have a dishwasher. I'll
Just
take the fucking
give
Dawn.
us fucking beers and marijuana. We'll be alright with that, right?
Dawn soap gives fucking Dawn soap donates.
Yeah, they don't fucking do like normal transactions with checks and shit. They just fucking roll up and mail us fucking dope. Fucking dirty ass beer.
They're like, here's some Schlitz from fucking 1977, and here's some weed we found buried in our cemetery from 1927. How about that? How about that?
You'd still drink it and smoke it. Don't act like you wouldn't.
Fuck yeah, I would. It's like those Quaaludes that off of the Wolf of Wall Street that like got, were extra strength because of the aging.
It just
of
sat
them.
there.
Yeah, they just sat there.
Yeah.
And they like super fucking.
But there was a time delay because of it, and
There was a time delay. Yeah.
So they didn't think anything was happening.
Yeah.
Didn't they take more because of that?
Yeah,
And
they
then
took like 4 instead of like 1 or 2.
But they were
Actually, they probably
super
took, like,
potent.
6. Yeah.
And he's like just like crawling on the floor.
Yeah, because they weren't feeling it at all, and then they took more and more, like, after about an hour or 2, is what I remember correctly, and it was like, they took, like, 7 or 8, and then, like you said, Leo did that fucking scene in one take, dude, where he crawled all
Yeah,
over
I
his
heard about
car,
that.
up to his fucking bedroom and all that shit.
Was your favorite part of that movie where they were smoking crack or where Jonah Hill was masturbating in the public?
Wait, there was a scene where he masturbated in public?
He saw Leo's girlfriend who was Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
How about
and,
her
like,
sex scene? Yeah, how about that?
Oh,
That's
dude.
what I picked.
like he
Her being naked in that movie.
he saw her at the party and he's like, oh my gosh, she's hot. And like he just pulls his dick out and just starts masturbating. Like you didn't notice that? You
I don't
can
remember that
see
part.
his dick.
It's like Michael at his family
You
get-togethers.
can't see his dick. Can you see his dick? Really?
Yeah,
sure-
fucking Michael.
I'm sure it
like,
was probably
oh
just
my
another
god, it's my
fake.
aunt.
I'm sure.
It's like, look at
I'm
that egg
sure-
salad. Starts jerking off.
I'm sure it was some type of just fake dick.
I mean, they
Had
do.
to be.
They do have stunt
It's like
cocks.
fucking grandparents roll up
Had
in
to
a
be
garbage
some
truck.
type of fake. I mean, Jonah Hill wouldn't just, have...
It might have been
His
fake
dick
dick.
out.
I don't know,
There's
but
no
I
way.
thought it was. I thought I heard
There
it
was
was
the
his.
giant fake dick and
Yeah.
with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Boogie Nights.
If Jonah's was real, I'm pretty sure that was pretty impressive. I haven't watched that movie in a while, but
Well, here's
I mean, it was
the
kind
thing.
of limp. It wasn't even hard. I don't think.
What?
If he has a really big dick, he showed his own. If he didn't, it was a stunt cock.
stunt cock.
He's not going to admit if it was a stunt cock because then everyone would know he has a little dick.
Yeah. He just looks
Why
like a
not?
dude that
Just
would
admit
have
it,
a little
bro.
dick.
I admit it. That fucking face, man.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that face, my face pops up, and that's what gets everybody, man.
We're currently talking about our skit coming out here soon. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, it's Plenty of Piss. It's great.
If you haven't seen it, you need to fucking see it and watch
Yeah.
it. It's one of the greatest things ever.
It's on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. If you haven't yet, check that shit out. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us there as well.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, guy fucking party. All right, Stephanie, what other future inventions are out there?
So, in the future, you won't have to type in your password, which is fucking awesome because I always forget it.
Same here.
Your computer will just scan your brain signals.
I dig that.
Wait,
So,
scan brain signals?
brain signals.
Brain
so,
waves, right? Brain waves.
During
waves?
woke waves?
The pattern, the brain wave pattern.
Yes. So, for testing, they sat a bunch of people down at one computer hooked up to the system, and you just mentally read a bunch of acronyms, and then it was able to determine who was actually sitting there just thinking about these words.
Was this wirelessly, or
with
did they have something on their
94%
head?
accuracy. Right now,
Was it-
it's
they
all
had-
the
they
wires
had to have
and
something
shit,
that had to be attached.
but they're planning on,
They're
like...
planning on taking over the world and then making us all do fucking
Hey,
each other.
it's going to happen anyway because when the robots take all our jobs...
Yeah, we need to
then
stop
just
with
let
the
me go
fucking
ahead and
robots.
Volunteer already, goddamn it!
I
I'll start
won't
killing
ever
all my
stop with
friends
the
and family.
robots.
I'll go ahead and start killing all my friends and family. Just let me volunteer already, Jesus. Oh wait, you're allowed to do that? That's called any military in the world.
Definitely do.
So, brainwaves.
With 94% accuracy,
My
he was able to
thought
tell who
is-
was sitting at the computer.
So my thought is that, like, if is there a point where they can just start implanting like fucking advertisements into our brain, like
Probably.
directly into our brain. You know what I mean? Like just like so, like they could
Subliminal
force us.
messages.
The wave, the sound wave itself is how they would make it. Just like we hear something on the radio in the commercials, we hear it because it's the way the sound is being perceived from us and our brains.
Yeah.
So if they can get in tune, just like what she's saying about these tests, and that's what I'm getting to, is the brain waves and the patterns. You find the pattern, you find how to be able to manipulate people and them like it, because
So it's
the
like
more frequency
hacking your
tuned it is-
Wi-Fi.
Yes, it's like hacking a brain, exactly, just like what you just said. Hacking Wi-Fi, you're hacking the Wi-Fi brain wave technology. Bingo.
I mean, like fucking like 20 years ago, fingerprint and retina scanners were science fiction. That was like shit you'd see in future movies. But like now, I mean, like I turn my phone on with my fucking like it can scan my eyes. I can use my fingerprint to turn the shit on. You use fingerprints to sign into your mobile apps and
I
shit
do it.
like
I do it with
that.
everything I do it.
Yeah, same here.
It's gonna come to a point where we're all really seriously not trying to be a fucking crazy person or anything. 'Cause,
Well,
I mean, I already
that ship
am.
sail,
It doesn't
buddy.
really matter. So I'll just say what Baloney Man wants me to say, and I'll just leave it at that. That we really are probably gonna have to be wearing those fucking goddamn goddamn aluminum helmets here soon, so that we can't be tracked and detected and manipulated and doing whatever the
I
fuck people
can't
want us to do.
wait to see you in one. By the way, you're gonna look so rad.
The thing I think that is
What comes October 31st this year? What brand then?
the anniversary of your first abortion attempt.
We will find out, won't we?
So, oh gosh, I lost it. Fuck. I hate when that happens.
Sorry,
I
not my fault.
Yeah, you did.
Rambling motherfucker.
He just hacked your fucking brain Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he did. He hacked.
Took all your fucking thoughts.
See how easy that shit is, ladies and booze heads?
God damn it, just stole the thought right out of my head. Alright, Michael Benjamin, what was I going to say?
Hold on. Because you were saying, I was saying, and then you were also going to...
No, it was on the subject we were talking about,
Yeah.
about the whole brainwaves and...
Brainwaves.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Okay, it came back to me. I stole it back. Fuck you. So, it seems to me that as technology progresses, people are especially businesses and advertisers, government agencies are stripping us of our privacies because they're offering us a convenience attached with it. So like we're willing to have like our search histories be available to advertisers and things like that because it makes it convenient for us by having like ads that actually are catered to us. We do things like have our fucking retina scans and phones that are, easily like hackable and shit, and our fingerprint scans in there. But it's all for convenience. So I think as long as if like the agenda is to just keep stripping us away of our privacy, as long as they attach it to something that we see as a convenience, they can keep fucking doing it.
Well, see, what they do is they strip you of your privacy, and then they sell you a device to get it back, and then they strip it, and then they create a new device that you have to buy to keep your privacy, and so on, and so on, and so on.
What's the device?
Whatever it happens to be. Retinal scans, brainwave passwords.
Oh.
They take your privacy, and then they sell you something so you can keep your privacy.
I'm just really, really concerned about my browsing history becoming public because it's not pretty.
So I do the research for these topics. Guy party topics. Can you imagine what my Google search looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have an excuse.
I do. And I have a notebook.
Mine's just
full of
I
evidence.
masturbated to this.
My Little Pony shit.
Right. like you Google Peter Pan and Captain Hook.
Oh, my God.
It was for a kid's play.
Well, yeah, that's not called being an excuse. You said she has an excuse. It's for her,
Peter Hand and
but
Captain
it's not an
Dong.
excuse for you either. It's what do they call that? Not just pleasure, but not instinct, but you were born with it or whatever.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah, that's it.
That's exactly where my mind went to.
I was kind of going that direction too.
Fucking
I just
brain
wanted to make
waves.
a goddamn Maybelline commercial too.
We're all hacking each other.
Fucking Dawn and Maybelline.
We're gonna
All right, so
morph
we've
together
mentioned-
and turn into baloney.
We've
Man.
mentioned Dawn and Maybelline. Let's see how many fucking things we can kick out before the night's over.
What, Dongs and Maybelline?
Dawn.
Dawn. Oh yeah.
You know what? I was saying like like soap is expensive. I forgot. I was thinking of body wash. I don't think Dawn makes body wash.
No, they don't.
Dawn, get on that shit.
Corner of the market.
You can use it as body wash, and you can use it as shampoo.
You can use dish soap as
I'm
fucking
not a
body
goddamn
wash.
duck
Yeah,
that has
well-
oil on me, okay?
Hey, I got a greasy face, and if I use Dawn to wash my shit out, it dries that motherfucker
So
out.
whenever you're reading the instructions for something, like instructions on how to clean out your football pussy, it'll say use a mild soap. That's what Dawn is. That's why
Okay.
they're washing the ducks with it in the commercial after BP dumps a bunch of fucking oil into the ocean. You can use it for whatever. If you
Name
get
drop
weird
the
shit in your hair, gum in your hair, your body,
Semen.
whatever. Semen. It gets semen out great. Dawn is for everything.
I used to believe a myth, though, that people used to get all pissed off. I thought that semen didn't get out of anything. I remember watching this movie when I was fucking growing up and, like, first discovering, like, what the fuck, like, you know, all about this whole wonderful world of masturbation. And, like, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? You mean to tell me semen doesn't get out of shit? I started, like, freaking the fuck out, like, thinking I had gotten semen on, like, something important, you know? And I'm like, I gotta backtrack.
Like the Mona Lisa.
He had
The
all
Mona
of his
Lisa of my
family
fucking
Bible.
the Mona Lisa of my fucking, you know, 7th or 8th grade or whatever life I was living at that time.
So that's probably what they tell little kids to keep them from masturbating. It's the same thing I tell my youngest, don't pee in this pool. It'll turn blue and they'll know it was you.
Well, this I got more from a movie, though, because it was some guy getting really mad at another guy saying he got his shit on his leather jacket of some sort,
Well,
and it wouldn't be able to get out.
Sometimes stains don't come out of certain things.
That's true, but it's semen.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
check my back seat.
All my semen stains have came out. Maybe I
I'm
just
pretty
don't
sure
have
mine
good
have
shit.
too. I'm pretty sure mine have too. I've never really noticed something like, oh fuck, that needs to be thrown away. 'cause
radio-
that's a lot
I'm
of
pretty
semen.
sure I
Dumpster
still
semen.
dry myself with towels that I've jizzed into.
If you have it, you're not a true guy party.
I mean, until they get scratchy. Just throw them in a wash. Dawn.
They're just softer now.
Darn.
More protein on them. They have better, strong density to dry you quicker.
I just complete on myself and pull up my pants. I like the way my balls smell later that day. It smells like a fucking vagina I used to fuck.
If you're gonna do that, you could just like fucking like get hard and like kind of wiggle a little bit until you
Totally.
come.
Hey, that covers two things: sexual pleasure and cardio.
Yeah, fucking night.
So,
No more.
you remember when Pee Wee Herman got fucking busted at a porno theater jerking off? Mm-hmm. Do you think if he would have just done that, like, he'd still be making kid shows?
That's a good question.
Like, if he would have just, like, kept it in his pants and fucking just came in his pants like a normal person, like, do you think he'd still be doing his Playhouse?
If you just came in his pants like a normal
I would
person.
assume so.
I think just the fact that he was there kind of damned his career.
What motherfucker doesn't like watching pornos?
Look, people like to live in a fantasy world. We're like, you know.
I guarantee you every one of the fucking Wiggles jerks off to porn.
Well,
Oh, totally.
And the Teletubbies and fucking Ronald McDonald and Colonel Sanders, they're just...
Dude, I don't even want to know the porn that Ronald McDonald's fucking looking at. Jesus
He's
Christ.
been
That's-
alive for how many years?
That's
and
another
hasn't
risky
even-
Google search.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I bet you somebody's documented it.
Oh yeah, it's probably some kind of scary fucking movie.
It's probably like people in clown paint, like getting like burned a little bit, you know, like with fucking like torches and stuff. I'm sure it's not good.
French fries up the asshole.
French fries up the asshole.
You take that like fucking gun that shoots ketchup or whatever, like
And
shove it
mayo
up,
and shit.
yeah, like shove it up the butthole, shoot a little ketchup up there, like have them like fart the ketchup out into your face.
Now we know. Now we know why the McDonald's ice cream machine is always fucking down for service.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald's been doing some fucked up shit with it.
It all makes sense.
Have you ever seen the porn where like the girls get the milk enemas up their butt and then they fart and then like the milk is like coming out and shit,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
whipped cream and stuff? That's good stuff.
Yes, it
I've,
is.
I've noticed a pattern with Chester. If something has gone in a woman's ass and then come back out, he's all for it.
Well, fuck that. What about you, Michael Benjamin? Are you all for
What?
anything that can go in a woman's ass?
And then come back out.
Come back out.
I don't know about going in and coming back out and
A little
what do you
booty
mean?
cream pie.
Booty booty cream pie.
5 guy cream pie.
5 Guy cream pie. That sounds like if like 5 Guys Burgers and Fries opened up a little dessert
That's
shop.
exactly
Yeah.
what, that's exactly what I first started thinking.
Like get your 5 Guy cream pie.
It's an explosion in your mouth.
I'm gonna order that the next time I fucking go there.
Say it really fast and see if they hear you.
They won't say what. They'll be like, and what did you want on that?
Like,
Right?
5 guy
Because you
cream pie.
cream,
can
extra
get
cream.
whatever toppings you want.
Sorry, sir, what was that?
And then like you look in the back and like the door kind of like swings open and then you just see like 5 dudes like shitting semen into a fucking ice cream and then they come back out with it.
Froyo.
Like you just went to the right fucking 5 Guys where that's actually a fucking thing.
They know what
They just
5
keep
guys who all listen to Guy Party.
they fucking keep slaves in the back room.
milking them like cows.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Is it
High
sad
party.
that the whole time you were talking about that, I kept thinking Froyo, and then I was like, wait, it would be Broyo.
You're thinking of one of those fucking Wendy's Frosties now.
That reminds me of 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Oh my god! Remember that was such a coming of age video that all children should
It was
see.
that, and
I agree.
telling people to Google blue waffle.
Blue waffle.
I don't know about that one.
Oh my
what that
god.
Buttholes.
What?
No.
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 What?
Google blue waffle. Just
Okay.
one.
Does it involve actual waffles?
Let's all look
No.
it up right now.
I don't think I even get signal down here. I doubt it.
What was it called again?
Blue waffle.
Blue waffle is a fictional sexually transmitted infection that's believed to both turn the vagina blue and disfigure it. All right, let's go to images.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's where it's
that's-
at.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I just see a fucking dick that looks like the Elephant Man from that old fucking television show.
Oh God!
What?
Wait, it's,
8 bumpy inches.
this is the pic. This is blue waffle.
Love.
I'd
What
eat it.
That's a vagina.
Oh my
I
god!
think-
With
I
the
would-
cock coming out of it? Ooh, yeah. Oh my god.
Little
That looks like that thing from Star Trek Deep Space Nine with the fucking
like Ferengi.
Yeah,
Cork?
yeah.
Oh God!
Blue waffle.
Get it again.
The blue waffle with the Ferengi vagina.
Oh my Lord!
Anyway, now we know what a blue waffle is.
Jesus Christ!
I can't believe you guys didn't know.
Maybe I do remember like them saying that, but I just don't remember that being a big thing.
I'm pour a little,
Big of 2 girls, 1 cup for sure.
Pour a little maple syrup on that. Pour a little Miss Buttersworth on that. And go to town.
It's not gonna stick. It's too gross.
Jesus, what STD is that?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the vagina in that image, but
It ate a snow cone.
somebody called it the blue waffle, and then so the whole thing was that there was this weird blue waffle STD that you could get that would make your shit look like that. So that's why everybody's like, hey, Google blue waffle. It never comes up with an actual blue fucking waffle.
What if your chick
It's that
was trying
vagina.
to be cool, like, and try to like put your favorite like fruit or something, and all this shit was blueberry or blueberry pie and whipped cream and all this, and then fucking like was trying to be sexual and all this romantic bullshit, and got all looking fancy and sexy for your anniversary, and then you knew about blue waffle, but she didn't, and then she's all doing this and goes down there and puts it on there, and you go down there and go eat it, and like you can't do it because it just reminds you of blue waffle.
Well, that
She's
pussy
like,
just looks
"What the
disfigured. I mean, if it was a pretty pussy that just looked blue,
Hey, let's check. Let's ask Alexa. Alexa, what is a blue waffle?
I'd rather not answer that.
Oh my god!
How did you guys? Alexa fucking knows what's down with the blue waffle. How did you guys not know?
Make her answer it. Make her answer it.
make her answer.
She won't. She'll continue to say.
Make her do it.
Even Alexa knows. Alexa knows about the fucking blue waffles.
What about
God.
2 girls, 1 cup? I wonder what Alexa says about that.
Alexa, what is 2 girls, 1 cup?
I'd rather not answer that.
Just ask her something like, "What's a penis?"
Fucking AI.
Alexa, what is a penis?
Penis is usually defined as the male sex organ.
See, penis isn't as bad as blue waffle or fucking 2 girls, 1 cup.
Alexa, what is guy party?
I don't know that one.
Oh, but you will, Alexa.
You know,
fucking well.
You better search your fucking what are those things called? Search engines and your what's the other thing? What's the other thing called? Like
I don't know. I'm just thinking of
database.
crazy shit to ask Alexa
Database.
now.
Search your databases, Alexa.
You're welcome for the blue waffle.
What would you think about cum farts?
Alexa, what is a cum fart?
I think you're asking about flatulence. Or flatus is caused by intestinal gas, which is either swallowed with food or created during digestion. This gas contains methane, which leads to the odor.
And hilarity.
All right, let's get back to our inventions, future.
Yeah,
inventions.
we're getting. That was a pretty good invention.
Yes, Alexa, thank you.
We're just displaying a future invention that we discussed.
So they're gonna. I put this down as bringing back the Hindenburg. So airships are actually going to come back, like cruise ships for vacations and pleasurable travel.
Damn.
When are they working on them now or?
I'm not sure. It didn't say, but all I kept thinking the whole time I was looking it up was the Archer fucking video. Do you remember the episode of Archer where they're on the fucking airship and stuff, and he keeps talking about it exploding, and no matter how many times they tell him that it's only filled with helium, it's not flammable. He just keeps talking about it going down. The episode's called Skytanic.
He keeps on.
That would be a pretty cool cruise, though. Like in the air, like a 6-day fucking just going over continents and shit.
Man, that'd be dope. Like going over like mountain ranges and stuff like that. Like if you can, I don't know how that works, but
that would be fucking cool.
Do high winds fuck with those things?
I doubt it.
There isn't any built yet, so we don't know.
Well, I mean, they had them in the past.
Blimps exist.
What are you talking about?
The fucking Hindenburg.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I titled this subject.
Yeah, but that was the only one.
Don't even say the Hindenburg
they had
wasn't real.
They had a whole fleet of them, I'm pretty sure.
No, they didn't.
They were used in war and shit.
Didn't you watch Rocket Man?
They didn't have a whole fleet of them.
Rocket Man.
I thought they did.
Rocket Man, you.
I mean, there was more than just the
There was more than just one, yeah.
Okay, maybe there was
and
more
I mean,
than
think
one.
about the Goodyear blimp. It's not on that massive scale, but like blimps are a thing.
Okay.
But this will have like a big like area.
All right.
Oh Jesus, he's going Mongo.
Beast mode activated.
God damn it, get a monkey.
All right, so yeah, we're all for taking a space or what are they called?
An airship.
Airship.
Yeah, I'd
yes.
be down with that. That'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
I mean,
Like,
anywhere
it'd
where
be
you can
baller.
travel point A to point B, and you can eat, sleep, and drink the whole time.
Fuck yeah.
So they have these things now where it's like a plane, but it's like fucking like clear, like almost like glass.
Like a bird.
Yeah, that came up in my research.
Yeah, that'd be cool for the airship too. If like the whole fucking floor was like glass.
That would be fucking
be
insane.
yeah.
You know how many people would be wanting to do that, and I'll be like fucking freaking out, running around.
Be having a panic attack the
Yeah.
whole fucking time.
We need so many EMTs.
I'm telling you, like that orgy party. That'd be fucking amazing.
Can you imagine as it's starting to land, and you can see down and up, and the people are looking at the orgy going on, and all these fucking shitty naked bodies pressed up against the glass as it's coming down?
Then Michael Benjamin's using the restroom. You see the turds falling out of his ass.
Oh yeah.
It's just pictures of garbage bags. It's just pictures of garbage bags.
Oh god. Turds. So do you think like on the Hindenburg, like didn't that kind of go down a little slow, like?
Well, yeah, of
Ish.
So, like, do you think, like, those people, like, and maybe even, like, the Titanic might be a better example, like, they're like, yeah, tonight's the night we died today. Like, do you think, like, they would just start fucking?
No.
I mean, if I was there, yeah, I'd give a fuck.
Yeah. Would you, I mean, if you knew you were going to die, like that, right? But, like, let's just say, like, you were in one of the 9/11 planes. And you were too much of a coward to fucking take on, like,
and you
the
start
terrorists.
trying to hit on this chick right next to you.
You're like,
Who
what,
you clearly
what's going
see.
on? They got guns in the cockpit. Wanna fuck?
And that's how beautiful Brad met his wife.
I saw an article today, like, 1 in 50 people, like, couples meet on a plane.
Really?
Yeah. So like maybe when we fly,
I saw the same thing.
Like, because you're going to be sitting next to a stranger.
That's right.
Like maybe as soon
I
as
did
we get a
see
little
the same
turbulence, you can just be like,
Accidentally grab
Grab her,
titty.
it's going down, and start dragging her to the bathroom.
Like, oh, sorry.
I really did see the same thing, though.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah, it was on, like, MSN's homepage.
They're also designing floating farms to assist with food shortages.
So, how does that work? Like, you would have, like levels, like...
Yeah, so the whole thing looks like a giant cube, and on the top floor is the solar energy plant. In the middle is hydroponics and crop production, and the bottom is aquaculture, fish and other species.
This has to be created to sustain the amount of motherfuckers on this planet.
So, with overpopulation and climate change, experts say that by 2030, urban areas will grow 185%.
Fuck yeah.
So they kind of have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of these new pop-up shops, like I said, about extra grow kits that people are having in those urban areas. I mean, it's very surprising about how many, not just the amount of the people that, are actually growing, but the shops themselves that are, offering the piping or whatever needed, and, lighting or whatever needed to be able to help grow their own vegetables and fruits and stuff like that in urban areas. So, yeah.
What do floating farms do to the pot industry?
What industry?
The weed industry.
Oh. I mean, that would probably be a good idea.
The marijuana.
That would be a great idea. I mean,
So, I mean, do you think that it could flood the market, though, to the point where it just makes weed go super cheap?
I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, I guess it's kind of like beer. You can control the price. I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
all based
that's
off of
true.
demand, though,
Yeah, and people love their weed.
So, with beer, like, you have, like, your Miller Lite, and then you have, like, that craft shit, and you've got, like, fucking Steel Reserve or whatever. You got that shit, that garbage. Like, when weed becomes, like, legal and, like, used like beer, which I think is going to happen actually really soon.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that it's going to be like that? Do you think there's going to be, like, a Natty Light of fucking weed?
I think so.
Yeah,
absolutely.
but I would say that the weed on the floating farms would probably be high dollar.
Yeah, but you need to
You think
remember,
so?
though, you don't understand how many different
'Cause-
strains there are, though, with the weed, though.
Yeah, but he's talking about, like, that $5 12-pack. Like,
That would be shit that would be, like you're
weed
saying, though, that would be sold in, like,
that the
gas
hobo can
stations or
fucking
whatever,
burn a joint.
Yeah, that would be sold
Yeah.
at, like, those little gas stations or whatever that people...
Right.
If you're going into a shop, because think of it this way. Think of the shops want to be reputable, They want to make it seem like no one should be able to come in here without you're going to buy top dollar. They want to be able to make more money.
So just a shitload of weed behind a glass
if it's
case.
legal, yeah, if it's legal, the gas stations or those little mini mart whatever bullshit, those will be the ones selling what you're talking about, the $5 little nickel and dime bullshit that's not that good. You get your quick fix, like you said, from them homeless people or whatever, or for like $1, a little one hitter or some bullshit, and you throw it away.
I don't know, because see, like, so I used to smoke cigars, right? Cigars is a niche market, right? So because of that, they can charge higher amounts. They actually have to charge higher amounts to make their dollar. But with beer, it's fucking so, I don't want to say unanimous, because not everybody drinks beer, but so many people drink beer, and so many people who drink beer drink lots of beer, that they have to mass produce this shit, so they don't have to sell it at an expensive price, right?
It might actually be more difficult because there's no medicinal beer, but there's medical marijuana.
But I mean, if we get to the point where marijuana is available for recreational use, and it's totally legal, it's not frowned upon, it's even like that, like jobs stop testing for it, because jobs don't test for fucking booze. I mean, I think we're going to get to that point. And so when you can go anywhere, like go to a store and you see a beer cave, you go to a store and see like the fucking Weed Hut, or I don't know, like the Speedway, like you can use your Speedy rewards to buy joints.
Well, here's the thing. Once it's legal, you can use Speedy rewards to buy Amazon gift cards to buy Amazon weed.
Exactly. That's what I mean, man. I mean, like, so...
I just see it
getting
that stuff needs to take into place, though. All of the advertising and marketing that comes in together for all these companies agreeing that, hey, you can use my rewards, you can buy this stuff with this, and weed is accessible through all these different outlets.
But also, they let you have, like, medical marijuana for shit like chronic headaches, anxiety. People are probably going to go that route so they can get their insurance to pay for it, which may hike up the price of recreational use.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that.
Michael Benjamin's already...
he's saying he wants
I'm
to
a
do
piece
it.
of
Okay.
shit.
I'm like, I thought he wanted to talk.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yes, sir.
Well, I mean, that's a perfect example. He has to raise his hand to talk. He's definitely going to qualify for medical marijuana.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. It's legal in Ohio now, right? Like medical marijuana.
Well, apparently it definitely is, yes, but they haven't. I don't think they've not started doing anything like with the stores or anything. They're wanting to definitely get all the kinks out to make sure it's not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like with floating farms, though, like it seems to me that is going to be really expensive technology to create like something that just fucking floats. Because I don't know how that works, but it seems expensive.
Gather all the plastic in the ocean and you put it back in there in the form of a giant fucking cube that's going to grow plants.
Is that how they're doing it? Using all that extra plastic?
That's
fucking brilliant. If that's what
that right now.
They have those though. They have those machines though. They're picking up all the trash.
I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
overthinking this. So I'm imagining something that's like just like floating in the air, not connected to anything else. You're saying that this could be like connected to walls and have like
pontoon
stories.
boats that have docks.
So you're talking about floating in the ocean.
Yeah, or in a river anywhere.
Okay, yeah.
Oh shit!
It's just
No,
unused
I was thinking
space.
something like floating in the air.
Unused
That's
space.
Like you can't build on. I mean, you kind of could build on water, but it's just taking it from the dirt and putting it on the water where nobody's going to be building.
That's my
buildings.
bad. I thought you were talking about like literally like having like squares of like land or whatever that just float.
I actually thought that too.
I
waited for her to describe it, and she never did.
Michael Benjamin still hacked into your brain, by the way.
Well, we both took from the same.
So, for those with their medical marijuana card, the land is going to get overrun with the population. They're going to have to build more buildings, etc. There's not going to be enough land for farming. So they put it on the water where they're not building fucking giant apartment buildings.
But are we fucking up the oceans then at that point?
Hopefully we're filtering it out, because with the aquaculture on the bottom being the fish and the species, they filter feed, they suck out all that shit. It would be its own ecosystem is what they're going for. The solar on the top, the food in the middle, the fish on the bottom.
You would have to do it where the water's kind of deep, I guess, because like in the shallow parts, that's where like algae still needs sunlight, right?
Yeah, but if you're growing,
because you can't kill the algae,
plants,
because then like fish fucking feed on the algae, and then it's just a fucking chain reaction.
They've got to be careful about all that before they dive into it and just like kill all the fucking fish. You know, like
scientists, I'm sure they got this shit figured out.
Well,
I'm smarter.
Depends on who's in control of this whole state.
I know scientists that think they're smarter than other scientists, so you never really know.
That is true.
So, the thing I wonder about this is, like, when we talk about inventions that are going to make life easier or, like, make things cheaper or, like help poor people, like, across the world, do you think there's ever, like, any intervention from big business? Because I feel like shit like this is going to hurt, like, big business. Do you know what I mean?
No, because these will probably be bought and paid for by corporations.
Yeah,
just
dude.
like
corporations are going to own
and if
everything.
You think if there's
all
food
of us.
shortages and the only food that's coming from these, they get to charge their price for our nourishment.
But I mean, do you guys have any doubt whatsoever that like there's so many things that probably could be out that would make our lives better, but that would hurt the big businesses? That shit has been like they've used their fucking powerful influence to squash.
No, because they're going to use the robots to replace us all, and then they're going to control every aspect of our life. They're going to become our new government, the corporations.
I mean, our politicians are already bought and paid for. They kind of already
it's already started. So
they just have no rules.
I don't know. See, I think there's a device out there that you can just like strap to your finger and like touch your dick or pussy, and like it just instantly makes you come.
Yes,
and I think the ever powerful fucking like sex toy industry has squashed that technology. Even though they could own it, but if you buy something like that, why would you need to buy dildos or pocket pussies or fuckable footballs?
Exactly. That's why I don't need that shit, because I have that tool already that you're talking about. The one you were talking about where you use your stuff with your penis or your vagina and make it wet or cum or something.
How do you
Why are
do
you
it?
talking like that?
I have it right here. Right here.
Please demonstrate.
Hold on.
Please don't.
Did you just come?
I just came.
Yes. You are the man, Michael Benjamin.
Yeah, you have to give me this seat. this forever, man.
Actually, like, he could just use his wokeness to come. I think he could just, like, jizz.
Yeah.
He would be self-righteous as fuck for a few minutes.
Yeah, just gets a little shake.
And
I probably shouldn't go into this. I probably really shouldn't go into this, especially since it used to irritate, or not irritate, but kind of weird out one of the guy party members not too long ago. But I'll say it very quickly so people can try to understand what I'm referring to. I'm sure some of you actually out there, Boozeheads, may have heard of this. Maybe actually a couple of you have heard of this before. It's called ASMR. ASMR. Auto sensor automotive receptor or reaction or something like that, to where you can do it in 4 different moments, where it's either you're inspired by like music or like a sound, touch, or feel, or where you're able to just like create this sensation that you're able to give this inner orgasm to yourself just at will. And I'm not fucking with you right now. I've been able to do this since I was 12 years old or something like that. They used to think it was because I had lack of sleep and I was so involved and so like always going and didn't have very much.
But they had no idea it was your wokeness.
Yeah, it's my wokeness, because it's like you're building up this pressure, right? And I don't do it very often.
Ejaculate in your pants?
It's not even doing anything
After
like that.
Mr. Meltzer touched me in the 3rd grade, I developed this super ability to make myself come.
Anyway, so like it's a real thing. Like you can really build up, and there's even people that have, after I explained this, like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm like, you do? Like, surprised as fuck. Like I build this energy up, and all of a sudden I release it, like it's coming out of your shoulders or like your neck area, And
She's
it's
feeling it. She's getting waves of it.
I'm telling you, I can do it right now. It's
so
hard
can
to do
any
it.
man that's ever had a
It's
wet
hard
dream.
to know. It's not a wet dream.
So-
There's nothing
so-
that's coming out of me.
So it's no ejac. It's kind of
ejac.
Oh, you're
It's
talking
kinda-
about like a tantric.
like sting stuff.
It's like
Orgasm.
that.
Like
That's
sting
it's not
shit.
proven though. It's not. None of that is proven besides hearsay by people who say that ASMR is real. They're just now starting to try to do studies on this in Scientific American Journal, and they haven't even done it yet. So it's just off of hearsay with this whole tantric shit. It's not even scientifically proven.
Tantric
It's all.
sex been around.
Are you
for
in
a
that
really
study,
long
Michael
time.
Benjamin?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I feel like you'd make a good lab rat.
It's not really proven though. Is what I'm saying. That it even
To the
exists.
people that have tantric
So where am I building
orgasms,
this
it's
energy
proven.
up? Where's it coming from? Am I getting it from my brain? Because what they say is that you're building it. When I did all this research finally, after getting tired of no one coming up with anything on the internet, is that they say it kind of comes from like in your brain, and that you're bringing it from your brain down your spine, and then back up your spine, and releasing it out of your like pores and your neck and your shoulders, and giving you like this kind of orgasmic feeling. Not like.
So you orgasm via photosynthesis?
I don't know what the fuck you want to
Yeah.
talk about.
Are you sure you didn't? Are you sure you didn't like just see like 3/4 of a cheeseburger in a dumpster?
Like right now, I could do it. I could do it right now.
I
but-
know.
What like? I mean,
I want to see it. I want to
No,
see
I'm
you.
putting
Look,
the kibosh on that.
Oh no, hold on.
Look, Michael Benjamin
I just did it
garbage.
right there. I just did it right there.
So
where
you just
it slowly. It was very minor feeling because I didn't build it up very much.
Michael Benjamin just came, I think.
through photosynthesis.
No thinking, sir. No thinking, sure.
This is why this topic is related to floating fucking farms.
Because Michael Benjamin comes via photosynthesis.
Oh my
shit.
god.
So before we get a fucking demonstration,
I thought we just got one.
I think we did.
I gotta clean that
For
shit
all
up
those
later.
ASMR.
so Michael Benjamin has more time to come via photosynthesis. They're trying to issue in the 4-day work week.
Yes, sign me
Yeah,
the fuck
baby.
up.
Oh, yeah.
A company in New Zealand called Perpetual Gardens.
That's New Zealand though. That's not America. What the fuck?
Everybody's doing the studies if you let me get a sentence deep into this fucking topic.
Asshole.
I've read all
Just
this already.
fucking photosynthesize over there and shut the fuck up.
just have 16 orgasms in the next 30 seconds.
A company in New Zealand called Perpetual Gardens, which helps people manage their wills and
I'll beat that
estates,
making 17.
tested out a 4-day work week for 2 months and just released the results. Overall, they found their 240 employees reported greater productivity as well as work-life balance, and they experienced less stress.
4.
The survey found that 78% of the employees could manage their work-life balance and up to 54% the prior year, and stress levels were down 7% from the year before as well.
Michael's counting off his orgasms like they're fucking push-ups right now.
So if you hear him counting, that's what he's doing. But let's get back to the topic at hand with the 4-day work week. So, yeah, I mean, I would love to only have to work 4 days a week.
I mean, all these businesses are testing it out like it's something that nobody, like, you work... Well, some companies are only doing 32 hours.
A 32 hour, I think it's a 30 or 32 hour work week is standard in some European countries.
Yeah, and they have much better productivity
I would
and less
imagine
stress,
so.
anxiety, depression, shit like that. But some of these companies are going to ruin it for everybody where they're testing out, like, how to cram a 40 to 50 work week in 4 days, and then you just have 3 days off.
They're going to do that no matter what.
40 and
they're never going to. The only way they would go to a 4-day is if they could cram that 4 or 5 day, or 5 days. I mean, in 40 hour. I mean,
you mean do 4 10s?
But they don't want,
that's a pretty fucking common thing. Actually.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You're right. I'm not saying that's not. That's completely true. Yeah.
Yeah, I would still rather do 4 10s or 4 12s than work.
I would
Monday
too.
through Friday.
Yeah, I like 3 days.
I like to get shit done and over with.
A lot of like, especially like nurses and shit, will do 3 13s, and like I don't know if I could fucking do that. That sounds so horrible.
Yeah, especially
I did
dealing
1
with people's
16
lives.
and I almost fucking died.
Yeah, that sounds. God damn it, that sounds depressing.
I've done a 24 before, and I wish I would have did a 48.
I stayed out drinking
Coke
till like
bench?
5 a.m. and then worked an 8-hour shift. That sucked.
Yeah.
We've all put our time in. It's time to go back to the 32-hour work week.
I'm down with that. Well, we won't have jobs in about 20 years, so fuck
Fucking
it.
robots.
Oh, God, I hope so.
I know, right? I can't wait to be a big fat slob and ride around my little go-kart
like
I don't
like
hope
Wall-E.
so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't fucking hope so, because robots and shit and fucking Skynet.
I just want
no.
to see. I want to
Bring
see.
on Skynet. I will volunteer to be one of your
I don't
slaves.
want people having control over what I consume and what I don't. Like, I want my turtles and my toys and my beers.
I want to be the person who they put in charge for saying what you can and can't have.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd kill myself.
I want to see how people in Wall-E fuck. Like, like, does like the dude just like get like a little like 1-inch boner, and then like they try to like merge chairs or something?
I mean, at that
Merge
point, it's
chairs.
got to be test tubes.
Because
They're
like
just growing babies.
like he gets like a fucking like hose that just sucks the semen out of him. Because honestly, when you're that fat, you're like your dick is just mostly covered with fat. Like, so you could have like a fucking like 8-inch dick that's like, but only like 3 inches of it is hanging out.
What the fuck?
How fat people are on Wall-E.
I get that, but the way he said 8-inch and what it's only showing
Well,
3
okay,
inches.
so it's stomach to dick ratio. The bigger your stomach is,
I see what
the
you're
bigger
saying.
your
Yeah,
dick would
like
have
cause
to
like
be.
like you got all this fat around your pubic area, and
I
it's
see what
like
you're
just
saying.
covering up your.
So
like,
if
that
you have,
awesome,
So
like-
you mean
that
I would have
awesome
like,
fucking
so
dick you have.
I would be a woman then in the future, being a.
Hey, if you stayed in shape, man, fuck, you'd have the biggest dick in town.
I know, right?
They're like, oh my god, it actually sticks out.
Yeah. 4 inches. I haven't seen that in fucking 40 years.
Is he black?
No, that's just dirt on his face.
What the fuck?
There's dirt on his face. That's fucking racist.
I thought we were talking about me being garbage.
No.
No, we're talking about you being in blackface.
That's how I was keeping
That's
in
happening.
shape. That's how I was keeping in shape, by eating the garbage, and that's why you thought I was
There is
black,
no
because I
garbage
was
in
so
Wall-E.
skinny,
Yeah.
and then I had a
Sigourney
big
the
dick.
Weaver, Sigourney Weaver, the computer, takes care of that shit. Brad,
So,
put
you,
the fucking
you know
football
how
down.
like you know how like when people get really drunk and then like their friends like draw penises and shit on them like that.
I've never heard of that.
One of these days, when if Michael Benjamin passes out early, I want to just blackface, like
Won't
black, just
Won't
black.
happen.
It's gonna happen.
never happen.
It will happen.
Won't ever happen.
And there will be
I'll
plenty
never-
of pictures to post.
It'll never happen.
And I hope to. I'm not even going to tell him. And I hope to God he walks in public. Actually, I'm going to take his passed out body and drop him off at Over the Rhine.
I look at my face every day. I look at my face.
Looking up on a fucking park bench. All the brothers are like, what the fuck?
And you'll like just be like do that super white thing like what up like try to act like all cool like
All you see is his
what up
teeth.
brother
It's cracking.
it's cracking homies.
Oh my god.
Speaking of AI, the movie with what was his name?
Robot Dog?
No, but he was a robot though. Haley Joel Osment or whatever, AI, artificial intelligence. That was actually one of the very first, like, really good artificial intelligence movies, you know, about showing what we could possibly be doing in the future, you know, where there was no babies being made by humans and they were all robots and everything was being done by robots just about. That was before iRobot came along.
Yeah, but what about weird science, dude?
Well, okay.
I mean, that's the original AI right there.
Okay. Well, but
create a
true,
fucking like robot that you can fuck. I mean,
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's the true guy
too.
party. Fucking.
I'm so anti-robots
Why are you anti-robot?
because I don't want human beings to be the minority.
what if you could fuck one?
No, I still wouldn't fuck one.
Like, what about who's your dude? Like Chris Hemsworth? I don't fucking know.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
a Benedict
Now I
Cumberbatch,
understand all things.
a Benedict Cumberbatch robot that you could fuck.
No.
He's dressed.
I mean, if I
he's
was
dressed as
single-
Doctor Strange.
If I was single, maybe. But if you create an AI that's so human-like, I would still consider it cheating.
What if he's dressed like he does in Sherlock?
I mean, we would be best friends, but I wouldn't fuck it. Unless I was single.
What if there was a Watson?
It, honey.
What if there's
He's
a
he's
Watson
an
droid
it,
that you
he's
could
an
tag
object
team
now.
with?
Do what?
What if there's a Watson droid that you could tag team with?
No, Martin Freeman's not that attractive. Definitely not. And I am a one-man or a one-robot type bitch.
You don't dig the finger trap?
No.
I love the moral mindset of I am a one man or one robot.
One
type
robot.
bitch.
You'd only have one robot.
I would only have one.
If it were AI, though, what if it was just like a fucking brainless sex doll? But
I mean, they already have those.
But I mean,
It's
like
called Everyman.
But it looked like a person, though. Like, it didn't have any like actual intelligence. It was just clearly like Alexa in a fucking like dead chick's body.
I don't understand
I'd rather
the
not
need.
answer that.
I don't. If the
Oh my god!
the actual person is useless, I don't understand the need to put an entire body on a dick. Just get a vibrator. I really don't understand the need to build a whole man for a dick. And
Okay.
I think it's a waste of resources.
Even if it looks like Doctor Strange.
I mean,
He keeps on saying Dr. Strange.
no.
Dr.
Even,
Strange,
even,
bad motherfucker.
I think it's a waste of resources for just a dick. If it's just dick, then just deal with the dick.
I think that's the difference between men and women. Then
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
because the guys want to stick in eye holes, mouth holes, ear holes. I'm gonna fuck this bitch in the hair.
But have
if
this
there was a
thing.
Scarlett Johansson Black Widow fucking robot that you could fuck,
Sign me
Every
up.
guy would spend $1 million on it. They would sell their soul for it.
I would. I fucking love her.
yeah. So I mean, that's what
Have
I'm
you
getting
heard of
at.
this or
Yeah.
something somewhere?
I get it.
You're like this is
Does this exist? Booze heads need to know. I mean, it's for the booze heads. It's not for me.
All right. Well, what other inventions do we have?
Breathalyzer cars. New cars may start rolling off the assembly line, built within breathalyzers in there. It's not like when the court appoints you one.
It's
and
just
you have
built-
to.
it's a
It's
standard
built
feature.
in. It comes with the new car.
Why would it be built in?
Because of all you assholes driving drunk.
I don't know
I
what
think
you're talking
that,
about.
I feel like that's infringing on my freedom.
Well, you can choose. It's not going to be every brand. The whole thing is, well, one, they want people to drive safer, and two, those that choose to drive these vehicles will actually get lower premiums on their insurance.
One of you drive safe
That
when
makes
you're drunk.
sense.
Though.
Okay, so for that reason, actually, I'm okay with it.
So-
I thought this was going to be like something like the government is enforcing
No,
that everybody,
no.
yeah.
You can pick to drive
I
this
have
car
the
or not.
right to drive drunk as long as I don't get caught.
Later, they're actually trying to develop the technology to where even when you put your hands on the steering wheel, it'll be able to detect whether or not you have alcohol in your system from your fingertips.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
So my hope is that they don't go in that direction. Let's not focus our brilliant minds in the world on that.
How about just make them more self-driving so we can
Yes.
just be drunk?
Yes, the
So-
cars drive themselves. Let's
Like
do that.
Tesla.
Yes.
There's actually a Google driverless car,
Yep.
and you can sign up for a program to test it. What are you? Get your dick away from the microphone. Are you stretching or are you wiggling your dick at everybody?
I'm stretching, Jesus.
Well, after all the fucking
I think he's
photosynthesis coming, I
yeah, I was
don't.
gonna say, I think he's orgasming.
Hashtag triggered. Hashtag triggered.
Hashtag triggered. Hashtag me too.
Oh my
Can
god.
you hear an orgasm?
That's ASMR, if you can hear it.
Yeah, so I feel like the push should be to automation, or like cars that drive themselves. I mean, like that. Like, you shouldn't even have to worry. Like, you should be able to get in a car, tell that motherfucker to go drive you home, and not even have to worry about the fact that you're boosted up.
I looked into it. It seems really awesome. If you want to get online, you can sign up for the early rider program, and they'll come to your town, and you can ride in a driverless car.
Yep.
I think it's a great idea.
I kind of want to just listen to the rain for a second.
Did you grow up in a barn, motherfucker?
It's tough.
Oh, wait, you live in a trash can. My bad.
Oh, no, it started up again. God damn it, Oscar.
He probably didn't even lift the fucking lid.
It was already lifted.
Alright, sweet.
Alright. But yeah, no, I do feel like with cars that's where I want it to go. I don't give a shit about flying cars, and I definitely don't want fucking cars that are checking my blood alcohol content on the steering wheel.
Yeah, for real.
Like, that's what I want. I feel like you've got the cool shit in the cars right now. You got, like, backup cameras and navigation and Bluetooth. Awesome. Let's get automated cars so I don't even have to drive that bitch.
Self-driving cars.
Yeah, creepy Michael Benjamin.
I don't think I can be in a basement with him anymore. I don't think I could do it.
He's orgasmed fucking
You've
20
never been
times
around
already.
a person that's been peed?
It's just your presence. Like in a backyard where I can run and
You
hide in the dark.
Oh, honey, you really think you can run, but you never can, truly.
And that's the shit I'm talking about right there.
This is not the first time Michael Benjamin has heard this.
You'll run and fucking hide as far as you can, but you'll never truly get away.
I've been going to the gym a lot. I think I can make it.
You keep up that cardio then, honey.
So-
Maybe you can outrun me.
Excluding Michael Benjamin, saving him for last, since we're talking about future inventions, what would you guys want to invent?
I know Chester's got something brewing. I gotta think about mine for a
So
second.
we talked about this earlier, like not just what would you invent, but like what do you see today that you would like to improve? And for me, it's fucking public restrooms. I fucking hate public restrooms, and I do not understand for the life of me why there needs to be like a 2-foot fucking gap between the door and the floor. Like, there's all this damn debate about like, oh, like trannies coming into the women's room and touching little girls and blah blah blah. And I'm like, whatever, that's my thing. But I honestly say, fuck all of that. Why do we even need to segregate the fucking bathrooms?
Like Europe, and do no stalls, no doors?
No stalls, just fucking doors. Yeah, just go into the bathroom
No,
and it's
no
just
doors.
Oh no, that's no. What I'm saying is like
You shit right next to this really hot chick, and she's pooping out some turds.
But
Oh,
that really
no.
hot chick doesn't want to smell your shit. Put the fucking door
I don't
on.
want to smell her shit either.
That's
Whoa.
that's like
Smell it. The
fucking.
door doesn't
That's
stop
like
the
that's
smell.
India or something. I don't fucking know. I'm being
No,
racist.
it's Europe.
But no.
Europe.
What I'm saying is that like you walk into the bathroom and rather it being stalls or urinals or anything like that, it's just fucking doors, straight up ceiling to floor doors,
Like
And
little tiny closets that you shit in.
Yes.
Lined up next to each other.
Exactly.
I'm for it.
Exactly. So there's no issue. You can be unisex. Like, everybody can fucking go in there because you have a door. It's almost like 10 porta potties lined up in a row. But they have, like actual, like, locks and, like, fucking they go to the floor. So there's no, like, you don't have to see the person's feet next to you. Like,
They had the idea with the porta potty, just like an individual shitter that everybody can use. Just put it in a building and make it fucking nice.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and, like, next to each other. Like you said, closets. That's a perfect example.
Yeah,
That's...
closets.
I don't understand why somebody... Like, can we all agree that shitting in public sucks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How about when I went at that fucking bar and you
Rick
walked in?
No,
you-
Rick.
Oh yeah, Rick walked. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't you. It was Rick that fucking walked right. There was
just,
nothing
like,
I could do. I was shitting. I had
Drop
to shit.
his beer and then just stare at you like, what the fuck is
That
that?
would have been normal.
And what is
if you would've done
happening?
that, but
What am
no,
I looking
mean,
at?
We both met our eyes, and he went and
Awkward.
walked back out. And
So there
another
was
guy,
eye
Then another
contact.
guy came though right after him, and I'm like, God damn it! There's no lock on this fucking door.
Right. It's just... Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, technology has given us, like we talked about, retina scanners, bullet trains, fucking all this amazing shit. But yet we're shitting... Like, Michael Benjamin still gets walked in on while he's shitting in a bar. That just seems like a real easy fucking problem to fix. And I feel like there's all these, like, little, like, problems that we could fix, but we're just all of our resources are focused on the next fucking iPhone or the next fucking Galaxy or whatever. Because that's where we're at right now.
Agreed. I would like a better, comfortable bathroom situation out in public. And then you wouldn't
can't
have
complain.
to have...
Women have the best bathrooms compared to men.
Are you fucking
I've actually heard
serious?
that theirs are pretty disgusting.
No. The women's restroom is by far the nastiest.
How'd you like to go into a stall and like see like blood on the toilet
Done
seat?
it.
Hey, when
I
I
see
have
it
to
every
shit,
day
I
when I
go
go
into
up.
the woman's restroom.
Blood on the
So you're like-
toilet
Yeah,
seat.
man, dudes piss
bloody
all over the
underwear on
fucking
the fucking
floor.
floor.
It's just like straight smells like piss everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. You know what the worst is? Wearing fucking flip flops when you go up to a urinal and then there's just like piss everywhere.
Yeah, dude, I hate. Yeah, it's just
So
piss
men are
everywhere.
gross, but women are just as gross. The rest
No,
of the
they're not.
bathroom, yes,
No, they're not.
yes, they.
You don't want to start that debate, honey.
Okay, I wish.
I've actually heard this about.
So
chicks.
I used to work for a retailer, and this was during the recession. So we had to get rid of the guy that did all the cleaning up in the bathroom and whatnot, and we had to do it ourselves. I have cleaned up period panties on the floor, tampons, shit on the back of the toilets, and I'm talking Starbucks. You could tell the bitch had been to Starbucks before she came there because her shit still smelled like fucking
Pumpkin
Starbucks.
spice.
Kids shit finger painting on the walls, and we had to clean this all up, and this is in the women's restroom. I
Nice.
never cleaned up a shit mess in the fucking men's restroom. Ever.
Is this a gay bar you worked at or something?
No.
Because usually the gay lesbians are worse than the gay dudes.
Gays aren't either.
Nope,
Gays
it was a
aren't either.
retailer.
Yeah.
What
No,
retail
I've
gay
heard
store
like
is this, Michael's?
I think it's old ladies that don't give a
Gardner's.
fuck.
You think it's the
Now
old
called
ladies
At
that do
Home.
it?
I mean, it
Or
could
just
be.
weirdos. I bet there's just weirdo ladies out
You
there.
guys just totally missed the funny joke I threw at my own self and threw shade at my name, saying, "What was this gay fucking retail store, Michael's?"
Oh boy!
Oh, God.
Zing.
But anyway, so men can get piss and shit
Bazinga.
everywhere, but women can get piss, shit, and period blood everywhere. So,
All right, Michael, how would you make? Well, what would your invention be to make
Make
everything
society
better?
better.
I always try to think of something practical, that at least something that would actually be used, instead of something that's like wasted, like you guys were saying earlier, Probably, I mean, fuck. The ideas are like the best one, like you were saying earlier about the whole self-driving car. It's like one of the best things. But I guess something that people are always using. You're either in your car or in transporting from like a bus or a train or airport or something like that somewhere, or your house. So I would say something more for your house, though, instead of just where you're traveling. It's not on the go. It's something at your house. It's something maybe that I guess they can maybe use. Fuck, I don't know. What the fuck people do at their house all the time? They need fucking
What
housewares.
in the fuck are you talking about right now?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out
he's
something.
talking himself into an invention.
Okay.
So he's working it back. He's bringing it back. This is a self-dialogue about what the fuck he needs in his home that's going to benefit
Yeah,
his
how about
everyday
that?
life.
Yeah, you just stated it again. How about that iRobot fucking personal robot that everyone has to have in their house?
All right.
Do everything for them.
So my invention will be powder alcohol, for we can get fucked up a lot quicker. Stephanie, what's
powder
yours?
alcohol?
Yes.
Don't they have like vapor alcohol now?
I've seen things,
I
and
think I've
it
seen one
fucking
time, too.
teased me till my cock was hard. Just the thought of just snorting a fucking line of booze, but I don't think it's a reality quite yet.
I mean, I don't have like a specific invention. I'm going more humanity thing, and I like these fucking floating farms.
The floating farms
I
are
like to
excellent.
continue to eat.
What's the worst thing in your life?
Michael Benjamin.
So we
In
need to
this
come up with an
basement with me right
invention
now.
that gets rid of Michael Benjamin.
Burn all garbage.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
the-
He would.
I'm just
There
joking.
we
I
go.
love you, Michael
And it
Benjamin.
all circles back to those farm islands again.
It does. It all comes back to the farm.
What, just put Michael Benjamin on one of those?
No, we collect all the garbage
you-
in plastic and
And
use it to
you
make the
stop
floating
you stop the
farms.
garbage. You stop Michael Benjamin.
No.
I'm trying to think, like, other than work, like, that's why I came up with the shitting thing, because that's one of the worst things I can think of is shitting in public, but I don't know. I wish I could come without jizzing sometimes. because it's just so messy.
Like a vasectomy that like keeps you from getting.
But Michael Benjamin knows what that's all about.
Speaking of messy in bathrooms, we were talking about it earlier. Not ever having to take a shit again.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
That would be fucking dope.
Yeah, like
what about an invisible
Wait, why?
shit?
Why would you not want to ever take a shit again?
Because man, just
like,
messy,
It's a
stinky.
horrible fucking process.
Fuck
It
yeah,
does
that'd
suck, yeah. But like, hold on. Well, that brings up the point that I was trying to make the other day to Cuddly about saying that I said about my like when you burp, it feels good, right? He was like, wait, it feels good to you when you burp, and I was like, yeah, of
You
course
get
it
relief.
does.
It relieves
It's a release.
pressure.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I said just like everything else you have when you have pressure, whether you're shitting, you're peeing, or you're burping, or you're
But here's
If
what
you never
I'm
had to
saying.
shit,
Like,
you wouldn't have the pressure.
if you could have like a pill or something like a little device in your like intestines right before the poo goes to like the fucking shit track, and like it just disintegrates it, so it never goes down into your fucking colon or anything like that, and you just never have to shit. But you get the nutrients and everything that you need from the food, so it gets evaporated before you fucking have to take a shit.
What if these futuristic floating farms created food so clean you just shit like invisible shit? No smell, no color, no nothing. You absorb all the nutrients.
It's just gas.
Almost-
Like you just mean you fart.
Yeah. I feel like that would be...
your body digests it so well and uses every 100% of the nutrients to where your body just releases gases.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
And it's not even bad gases; it's good gases.
Yep.
It's like gases that somehow, I don't know, build the ozone layer.
I think it will work.
Well,
If something's
all right.
going to happen,
Well, let's get the
and you
engineer-
had
let's
to
get the
have
engineers
something
on the
come out of your
plan.
body, I would rather it be gas than shit.
Yeah, I would love to live in a world.
Touche.
And we talked about like what do we want for our grandkids. I would love it if my grandkids didn't have to poop. That'd be cool.
Do our
I think-
grandkids not having to poop and only expelling gases?
Cheers to that.
Gases, not poop. Gases, not poop.
All right, you guys ready to wrap this motherfucker?
Let's do it.
That's
I gotta
it.
pee.
All right, so if you haven't yet, check us out. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and YouTube. And
Yeah,
we'll
stay tuned for some good shit, because we got some good shit coming down the pipe. If you saw our trailer, you know what's up.
All right, booze heads. Until next time.
Guy
Party!